Sainsbury's and Asda will on Monday reveal the details of a £15 billion merger that would create a new grocery superpower, against a backdrop of mounting concerns about the impact on shoppers and workers. The shock deal, revealed on Saturday, immediately triggered fears of thousands of job losses. The group, with a combined workforce of 360,000 people, would leapfrog Tesco to become the UK's biggest private sector employer. The new grocer would ring up nearly £1 in every £3 spent on groceries on the UK high street. Unite Acting National Officer Joe Clark described the deal as an absolute shocker, with implications for tens of thousands of jobs. Staff were in utter disarray, he said, adding, staff are already facing uncertainty through restructuring and changes to contracts at Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's bosses need to give workers clarity over what the future could hold and assurances over jobs as matter of urgency. A merger of the UK's second and third largest retailers raises huge competition concerns, with industry insiders warning the tie-up would effectively create a duopoly, as the enlarged Sainsbury's and Tesco would control nearly 60% of the UK grocery retail. The deal will trigger a major retail competition inquiry, the likes of which has not seen since Morrison's moved on Safeway in 2003. Vince Cable, the Liberal Democrat leader, said the proposed merger could create even more concentrated local monopolies, and challenged Andrew Tyree, the incoming boss of the Competition and Markets Authority regulator, to reverse a history of spineless inquiries by conducting a robust investigation. This is an early test for Andrew Tyree, and an important one. Cable said, the CMA really needs to show some teeth after previously being soft at its remedies in the audit, banking and energy sectors. Last year the CMA waved through Tesco's £3.7 billion takeover of cash and carry group Booker, despite rivals warning it could drive them out of business. Andrew Sims, co-director of the New Weather Institute think tank and the author of Tescopoly, said, this is profoundly not in the public interest. It's going to have negative consequences for consumers and all along the grocery supply chain. Minette Batters, the president of the National Farmers Union, added, the CMA must take into account the impact of changes to supplier arrangements that could give rise to reductions in choice. Sainsbury's will publish a statement fleshing out the terms of the agreement on Monday morning at 7 a.m. The shares-based deal is expected to create a combined company worth £15 billion, including debt, led by current Sainsbury's boss Mike Coupe. It is envisaged that his opposite number at Asda, Roger Burnley, will report to Coupe. The proposed new retail giant will have 2,800 stores and annual sales of more than £50 billion. The plan is to retain both retail brands because they have different heartlands and attract different sorts of shoppers. One senior industry source told The Guardian that Walmart had been trying to sell the struggling Asda chain for some time. The deal brokered with Sainsbury was, he said, evidence the US retail giant was flying the white flag after failing to conquer the UK market during the near 2 decades it has owned the Leeds-based grocer. Talks between the two businesses have been going on for more than a year, with the deal based on pooling their buying power to offer lower prices at the checkout, rather than closing stores or cutting jobs. The Qatar Investment Authority, the sovereign wealth fund that is currently Sainsbury's biggest shareholder, is said to be supportive of the deal. It is thought the CMA has already been in advanced discussions with Sainsbury's and Asda about plans for a merger, as the regulator's guidance states that businesses are strongly encouraged to approach the CMA to discuss their merger on a confidential basis, ahead of formally notifying the regulator. However, one senior supermarket executive said the deal would be a hard sell to the regulator, saying, this will be much more difficult to get through than the Tesco-Booker deal, as it will effectively create a duopoly with 60% of the UK grocery market. Last time they made it very clear that the big four supermarkets could not become three. It will be a long and challenging process to win approval and could force a lot of store disposal.